Hey, welcome. Welcome back. So glad you've chosen to join us. And we have a wonderful service prepared for you. And we're going to start with some lovely music from our music director, Amber Darlin.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm happy to be back. Let's sing into this day, this little light of mine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All of my life, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh yes, all of my life, I'm gonna let it shine. All of my life, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All right, let's sing it out together. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, 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 let it shine. Sing it out. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Well, good morning, everyone. We're so glad you're here. If you're on Facebook today and you want to put in a comment and say who you are, where you're from, and say hello to some of our folks in our spiritual community, this is a great time for us to connect, even if just virtually. We're finding a lot of comfort in being able to be here together. Here's our usual weekly song, My Soul is Welcome Here. I hope you all will sing along. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. welcome here. All right, well, we are going to head over to our lovely practitioner of the day, Ronna Biggs, for an invocational prayer.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ronna Biggs, and I'm the practitioner of the day. So happy that you're here and celebrating this day with us. Please join me for an invocation. I know in this moment that there is one life, that life is good, that life is all present, ever loving, ever joyful, and always peaceful. And I know that I am one with that. I know that we are one as a community in that space of joy and peace and kindness and goodness. I know that this time together is flourishing and creates a buoyancy of spirit unlike anything that has ever been known. And I stand in this day feeling lifted in joy and grounded in that peace. And I know that our community is lifted in that joy and grounded in peace. And we celebrate this goodness together, this buoyancy together, this time together. And it is good. Good morning, CSL. And so it is.
Wonderful. Thank you, Ronna. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are the face of love. 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 I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are the face of love. You are my family. You are my family. You are the face of love. I'm feeling you all this morning. Miss seeing all your bright and shiny faces on Sunday morning. But I'm just still so grateful that we all can be here together. This next song I'm going to share is a song called Good Rain by Trevor Hall. And talking about that flow of abundance that I know Andrea is going to talk about today. So this one, the choruses, or the tagline of the choruses, when you love one another, only good rain comes down. And, you know, that counts for loving each other and also ourselves as well. There's a hole in your soul, you better fill it. If your cup is overflowing, don't spill it. You better hold it while the whole world's spinning around. If your eyes look down on another, just remember that he's your own brother. This kind of love ain't going under, I found. When you love one another, only good rain You better spark another match, start turning the wheel. Better turn to righteous living, stop taking and start your giving. This is our true purpose, I feel. 'Cause loving one another is the only thing real. Don't let your blessings turn into stone. That kind of living will leave you all alone. If there's a hole in your soul, you better fill it. If your cup is overflowing, don't spill it. You better hold it while the whole world's spinning around. Don't let your blessings turn into stone. That kind of living will leave you all alone. When your heart is troubled by a feeling, remember there's a way to spark healing. The first step is believing it's real. This is our true purpose, I feel. Don't let your blessings turn into stone. That kind of living will leave you all alone. If there's a hole in your soul, you better fill it. If your cup is overflowing, don't spill it. You better hold it while the whole world's spinning around. Oh yeah, turn to righteous living, stop taking and start your giving. This is our true purpose, I feel. 'Cause loving one another is the only thing real. Yeah, loving one another is the only thing real. If there's a hole in your soul, you better fill it. If your cup is overflowing, don't spill it. You better hold it while the whole world's spinning around. Love one another, only good rain comes down. 'Cause when you love one another, only good rain comes down. Oh yeah, you love one another, only good rain comes down. Thanks everyone. We have Reverend Dr. Andrea Asebedo up next for a wonderful message of our day.
Thank you, Amber. Thank you, Rana. Wonderful. Well, I am going to talk about circulation. It is a new month for us, and so we have a new theme. Now is the time, under the overarching theme of who do we choose to be, which was an important theme for all of us here in this year, more important maybe than I even realized when I decided on it. And now is the time has to do with really showing up. So the topic for today is the law of circulation applied to you. Now, before you turn me off, because you think I'm going to talk about material stuff, I want you to know that actually the law of circulation is far more than the give and take of goods and materials and services. And so I wanted to talk to you about that and how the universe is rigged in our favor if we understand the laws that we're working with. So the law of circulation is one that we're working with. And I really wanted to talk to you about the pandemic for a minute. Through these last 7 months, we've talked on and off about the pandemic, sort of mentioning it, but I wanted to talk about a spiritual view of it, because it certainly is going on and on, isn't it? And not likely to end terribly soon. And I'm hearing from all kinds of people from all over. Our community is very widespread. And many people were okay with the full stop that the initial pandemic created for the entire world. There was on the one hand, kind of a shock about it, but there was also a relief to it for many people who had been on the incredible treadmill of life, and to have it stop after the initial shock wore off was kind of refreshing. But it also presented all of us with some spiritual challenges. And one of the biggest ones for me was that I got to really look at the different habitual ways I had been living and the way I had been expressing myself in the world. And I couldn't do that anymore. I couldn't do it the way that I had become so habituated to. I couldn't even go to the grocery store the way that I used to, or bring my own bags for a while, or, there were so many little tiny things that interrupted the circuits of habit in my life, and I'm assuming in yours as well. And so there was a gift in all of that at first didn't seem obvious. And for me, it was the gift of reconsidering, of reassessing, of recalibrating who I am, what I'm offering, and how I'm doing that. And so that was wonderful. And what a tremendous spiritual gift that is. I mean, we don't get that unless we give it to ourselves usually. And here it was gifted to us on a silver platter that is carrying us through these months. But there also has been a dark underbelly to the pandemic that you're probably as aware of as I am, maybe more so. And that has been the shredding of the fibers of our connection for some of us, has been the difficulty of feeling isolated, I guess, in every sense of that word. And I wanted to talk a little bit about that in the law of circulation today, because there is a difficulty in isolation, and that is the customary ways, the habituated ways that we've been so unconsciously using to express ourselves and give ourselves and offer ourselves into the world are gone. They certainly have radically changed. And we've had to develop new pathways for those gifts. And for some of us, that's been a slow, difficult, painful process. And for others of us, it hasn't even happened yet. Amber and I were talking about this a couple weeks ago, because as so-called performing artists, although I don't know if a minister is a performing artist, but okay, if we were to call ourselves that, our whole way of offering ourselves has condensed itself down into the virtual platform for the most part. And for those of you who are not performing artists, you may not have found a way yet to bring yourself out into the world in some fashion. And it's to you especially, but to all of us, that I wanted to speak, because there is a law that we are operating with regardless of the pandemic, and that is the law of giving and receiving, of circulation. And so it's a really important law to know about in this particular time especially, and to use wisely, because that ancient saying, as you give, you receive, is so, so, so true, and particularly now, is important for us to consider. So I brought you a poem. It's a poem that speaks about circulation in a very powerful way. It's by Miguel de Unamuno, and it is translated by that incredible poet, Robert Bly, and it's called "Throw Yourself Like Seed." Shake off this sadness and recover your spirit. Sluggish, you will never see the wheel of fate that brushes your heel as it turns going by. The one who wants to live is the one in whom life is abundant. Now you are only giving food to that final pain which is slowly winding you in the nets of death. But to live is to work. And the only thing which lasts is the work. Start then. Start then. Turn to the work. Throw yourself like seed as you walk, and into your own field. Don't turn your face, for that would be to turn it to death. And do not let the past weigh down your motion. Leave what's alive in the furrow, what's dead in yourself. For life does not move in the same way as a group of clouds. From your work, you will be able one day to gather yourself. So there's a couple of important points in that poem that are central to my spiritual understanding and the understanding of the science of mind philosophy. Shake off this sadness and recover your spirit has to do with the incredible dominion that we've been gifted as sacred humans. We do truly have a choice about how we invest ourselves in the world and in our own lives. And shaking off this sadness to me in this time of pandemic is to shake off the idea that somehow this is an accidental or traumatic or awful thing that's happening, and to recover my spirit, meaning to bring myself back to the only point of power that I have, that you have, which is the point of power of our own individualized expression of the one. Sluggish, you will never see the wheel of fate that brushes your heel as it turns going by, meaning that if we are not awake in our lives, we may miss the opportunities that are constantly offering themselves that would allow us to express ourselves in very profound ways. And so we need to be awakened in this time, as difficult as it may seem. The pandemic presents us with a dilemma, a paradox, and an opportunity all at the same time. The dilemma is how in this time, when all of the ways that we used to express ourselves have changed, how do we bring ourselves fully orbed in our personal power to the table of life and offer what we have to offer? So Unamuno goes on and says, throw yourself like seeds. And this reminded me of something that Marianne Williamson said in her book, A Return to Love. She said, give all your gifts away in service to the world. If you want to paint, don't wait for a grant. Paint a wall in your neighborhood that looks drab and uninviting. You never know who's going to see that wall. Whatever it is you want to do, give it away. Give it away in service to your community. That sounds a heck of a lot like Unamuno's throw yourself like seed. So why? What has that got to do with the law of circulation, about living vibrantly in this very different time? Well, you know, we exist in a web that is often invisible. We sacred humans have the luxury and also the blindness sometimes to the fact that we exist because everything else exists. We inter-are with everything else in a web of giving and receiving that never stops. And were it to stop, we ourselves would pass away. And so in this sacred web that we belong to, we have a role just as everything else that sustains us and supports us has a role. And I've been asking myself the question lately, what is that role? What do we offer as sacred humans that is unique and beautiful and nourishing to the web of life? What is it that we offer that can support all of life? And maybe it's obvious to you, but certainly in these times there's been moments when I have wondered, well, would everything be better off without us? I don't know if you feel that way sometimes. And the answer is no. We're here by divine appointment. I believe that, heart and soul. So there is a gift that you carry, that I carry, that is the seed of our offering. And in a nutshell for me, or in a seed, the offering is creativity, invention, and the willingness to bless, which, whoa, those don't sound like, it doesn't sound like clean water, which is a gift of a different order, or sustenance in terms of the earth giving us food so that we can be maintained. But you know what? It's just as important in a different place and in a different way. And so for me, working with the seeds that sacred humans have is critically important in this time, for it is our gift. It is what we have to offer to the whole. And so when Marianne Williamson says, hey, don't wait for a grant, find a way to give your gift now, whether it's a wall that seems drab and uninviting that you as a painter can paint, or another gift, the gift of harmonica and song and guitar that Amber gives, the gift of blessing that Rana gives, the gift of storytelling that I give. I don't know what your gift is, but it is exactly like a seed. And in this time, it would be easy enough to think that, one, we don't have anything to give, and two, to kind of hold it in the storehouse and not find a way to give it out. But there is a way. And now more than ever is the time that we are to give. Why? Because part of what's occurring in the societies that we live in the global community that we inhabit, and in the earthly beatific realm that we've been gifted, is we are being asked to give in a different way. That's the message of this pandemic. Give in a different way. Give in a more powerful way. And what I know of the cycle of giving and receiving is that once we kick that cycle into motion, it's like kicking a vast wheel into motion that the other side of it we can't even see necessarily. And so as we throw ourselves like seed and offer the gifts that we have, whatever they are, it doesn't matter, whatever they are, could be that your gift is organization. It could be that your gift is making spreadsheets. It could be that your gift is loving kindness to children. It could be your gift is to assist wherever you see something needs to happen. I don't know what your gift is, but as we give the gift, as we throw it into the world, we kick the cycle back into motion. And as we give it in a different way, we've altered the way it shows up on the other end. So what happens then is this incredible, vast givingness that sacred humans can give, and the vast givingness that all things are giving, kicks into motion a new earth, a new way for all of us. It's that important. It kicks into motion a new earth, a new way. So for me, it becomes imperative. It becomes a place of real contemplation and then offering to go beyond the limitations of my mind that wants to go into, what did he say? Shake off the sadness. Oh, I've been visited by sadness a lot. Whenever we lose the ground of our being and we're in free fall, there's a nostalgia at the least and a sorrow at the most for what was. And we must transcend that now. We must move forward into this new earth, this new way that we're creating, with fully orbed all that we are being offered out into the world, not waiting for the world to offer us something so that then we can give it back, but instead being the one that offers. That's what Marianne Williamson was talking about, is now is the time for all sacred humans to offer the best that they are, the most that they can, in every way possible, without waiting for a paycheck, without waiting for a grant, without waiting for permission, but rather just giving it in ways that will nourish, support, sustain. We throw our seed in the, what does he say? What's alive in the furrow. Leave what's alive in the furrow. What does that mean? Well, for me, it means that we have this gift that we can offer that will grow and nourish and support, but we have to throw it. We can't keep it inside the storehouse of our being. You get my point. The other thing that's been happening for me, and then I'll close, is, there's so many incredible, gifted spiritual teachers from every tradition who are throwing themselves like seed into every single venue that they can think of to offer what they know. And I'm one of them. I'm one of the ones that's offering and offering and offering. And I was thinking about all the different ways that I've been learning from them who have offered and then offering to you. And I was thinking about you. And I was wondering how you're really doing. I'm assuming you're listening to me because in some way you find support here. And I want to make sure that we know how you're really doing so that we can offer what we have in a very specific way to you. So don't hesitate. If part of what allows you to gift out into the world is to ask for assistance in how to do that, don't hesitate. We're all here. The practitioners are here. They love to pray. I'm here. So many of our board members are on board, wanting to assist in whatever way we can. So don't hesitate to let us know what's really going on for you. And what we'll do is we'll offer the best that we have in exchange. And that's the way it works, the law of circulation. We give and we receive in this incredible cycle. So I'm going to do a prayer for that and then tell you a little bit about what's going on here. So join me. There is within each one of us and within me now a clear flowing stream of crystal clear gift, the gift of the divine, the spirit, the one. It is flowing and it never ceases to flow. It absolutely is irrelevant what's going on in the outer world, for in this inner world that is within me and within you, that clear flowing spirit is always at hand, offering, offering, offering all that it is. And so I know for myself and for you that because the gift is being offered, I accept. I accept the gifts that Spirit is offering in the most inner part of my being. And as I accept these gifts, they enliven me, they create that buoyancy that Rana was talking about earlier, and I am able to lift myself and offer the gifts that I have as well. In this constant flow of receiving from Spirit and offering out into the world, receiving from Spirit and offering out into the world. And so I turn now in my mind and heart in deepest gratitude for that ceaseless flow of Spirit and the many, many, many gifts that it is offering me. I receive them with joy. I offer them with humility and hope. And the world is lifted because of this cycle. I just know it. And so it is. And so it is. So I have a couple of things that I'd love to tell you about. First of all, we really are wanting to know how you're doing. And one of the ways we're reaching out to you is on the CSL Bellingham website. There is a survey. And the survey is really about reaching out and reopening, both things. And it's very brief. It's only a couple of questions, but we're asking all of you who are nourished by our community, if you would take a few moments, go to the website, and you may need to put into the search survey and it'll take you right to it. And then just fill out that survey for us. It's going to ask you for your name and your email address. We don't share that with anybody. But why it's asking you for your name is this. Our committee that put together this survey realized that there are many people who are part of our larger community who are not technologically savvy. And there's very little way for us to find a way to reach them in this virtual world that we're in. And so by putting your name in, we know that you are whether you feel like it or not, you are technologically savvy enough to go to a website and answer a survey. And with the compilation of the list of names, we'll be able to maybe identify those who we can outreach in a different way to. Maybe we go actually physically visit them, or we pick up the phone and give them a call instead of trying to email them or reach out to them in this virtual way that you and I are sharing right now. So the survey is there. We'd love you to fill it out. Every year for the last 9 years, we've also done something every fall called the Harvest Dinner. And the Harvest Dinner was an opportunity for our community to gather. We had wonderful food that was made by a team of chefs. We had waiters and waitresses that were community members. We had hosts and hostesses that brought the dishes and made beautiful decorations for all the tables. We had guests and we had dancing, and it was a wonderful event. And of course, there's nostalgia with that. But we also know that what it did was it brought us together as a community. And while we can't do that physically in this building that I'm standing in, we did want to offer you the opportunity to have a wonderful meal prepared by wonderful chefs. Those of us who are preparing this meal, many of us have food handlers licenses, so we know how to keep things very safe during this time where we're all very safety conscious. And we would like to offer you the opportunity of a Harvest Dinner takeout. So what we're doing is we're preparing a Harvest Dinner hoedown menu. It's got a barbecue theme, but interestingly, many of our community members are vegan or vegetarian. So we have that option as well as a barbecue chicken option and many, many sides. So you'll have this wonderful takeout meal in compostable containers, and we'd love you to have this meal. When is this happening? It is happening Saturday, October 17th from 4 to 6. And what you have to do to receive one of these meals is you need to email us. And in that email, we'd appreciate hearing from you a couple of things. I'm going to read this. We want you to register by the Wednesday before the 17th, which is the 14th, by emailing our center at cslbellingham.org, csl-bellingham.org. You'll find it. And then in your email, we need to know a couple of things. First of all, how many dinners would you like? Second, how many chicken, how many vegan? Third, how many gluten-free, because we have that option as well. All choices that we're offering in this meal are dairy-free, so you don't need to worry about that. And they're also mushroom-free, because there's some of us who can't do mushrooms. If you would like to donate for this dinner, you can donate by going to the donate button on the website. We are offering these meals with a love offering, meaning that you give what you can. We really would like to offer from our hearts to yours an event that maybe will make you feel connected to our community. So don't fail to register for your meal. And then the way you do this is you come between 4 and 6 and drive through our parking lot. I'm pointing to it, it's out that way. And we'll have some music from Harvest Dinners in the past playing. You'll drive in, we'll have your meal prepared right then. We'll put it in a beautiful compostable bag, and off you'll go to have a lovely meal with yourself or others. We'd love you to take part in that. And then this is the last week of our coat drive. We every year do a coat drive for the Interfaith Coalition, and they take these coats and distribute them to those who are experiencing homelessness. So if you have a warm winter coat for a child or an adult, if you have a warm hat or a warm scarf or gloves or mittens, what we would like you to do this time is to find a way to sanitize them in some fashion, put them in a plastic bag, label the bag with what's in the bag, and if the item has a size, like a coat, if you wouldn't mind putting, if it was a coat meant for a particular gender or what size it is, we'd really appreciate that information. And we'll be getting these coats to the Interfaith Coalition. We need those coats by this Wednesday at noon. So if you've been riffling through your closet trying to figure it out, now's your time, and it's part of throwing yourself like seed into our community. We'd love to have that. We have a couple of things coming up you might want to be involved with. The men's group is meeting next Sunday at noon, and they're meeting via Zoom, and so you need to email Philip who is the men's group coordinator, and his email address is in the announcements. So if you're not getting those, email the center and we'll get that to you. We also have the Sacred Women's Circle meeting by Zoom this coming Friday at 6 o'clock, and that's also by Zoom. You can email the center for that information as well. We would love you to be a part of either of these groups if that would support you in feeling connected and like you're actually getting some wonderful time with other people. Every week from Monday through Friday, our practitioner staff is offering morning prayers at 7 a.m. And don't fail to take part in those. They are absolutely a beautiful way to start your day. And that Zoom link is also available in the announcements. So that's about it. I wish I could give you the big leaf maple leaves that are falling and the beautiful chickadees that think this is now their home and are shocked whenever a human shows up. But in the meantime, I hope you have received much benefit from our service today. And as one final gift, let's turn ourselves to Amber Darlin to take us out with some beautiful music. Thanks for coming.
Wonderful. Thank you, Andrea. For the sun that warms this body, for the earth that we call home, for the love that knows no boundary, I am thankful. For the trees that line the mountains, for the sea and life it holds, for the source of inspiration, I am thankful. Love, light, life, fill me up. Peace, power, beauty, joy, fill me up. For the one infinite, divine that is and ever was, I am thankful. I am thankful for abundance and growing, for the mystery unfolding, for each and every being, sacred truth we are knowing, for kindness and compassion and the courage to take action, for the law of attraction and the freedom to create. Love, light, life, fill me up. Peace, power, beauty, joy, fill me up. For the one infinite, divine that is and ever was, I am thankful. I am thankful. Sing it out. Love and light, love, light, life, fill me up. Peace, power, beauty, joy, fill me up. For the one infinite, divine that is and ever was, I am thankful. I am thankful for the sun that warms this body, for the earth that we call home, for the love that knows no boundary, I am thankful. Thankful for you all, your presence here, and any donations that you can put into the law of circulation here for our center. We'll see you all next week. Bye, everybody.